What's left is clean up. And all right, where did you buy the little
66 outside the Beltway, but inside the Beltway delays. Even Falls Church headed toward Arlington and Glebe Road. In the district, inbound Canal Road slow as you leave Georgetown headed toward M Street and
this won't come out yet, will it?
Not until we cut under that base plate door frame.
I want to get a picture too.
Search free lunch. Join us Friday in the noon hour for this week's winners. Free lunch Friday from Silver Diner and WTOP. If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair. Non-lethal assaults and up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials. Homeland Security.
John, no, you definitely don't. It sounds like the x-rays were negative, which is very good news. They're going to have an MRI today to determine the extent of ligament damage. If there's ligament damage, best case scenario is just dislocated. I know it doesn't sound great, but if there's no ligament damage and it's just dislocated, that heals. And it's his non-throwing arm, so that is also a positive. When I put him back on the field, when he gets better, no. Depending on the way this season is going right now. We'll see, but that is, we'll hopefully find out more today when you get the MRI done. But no, it was not great. And I know everybody's going to ask why was he on the field at the end of the game. That's what everybody was asking about in the press box. When you're down 38-7, he's a competitor. I get it. You want to be out there. He hasn't played much, but he wasn't able to protect himself last night. He was running right from the first play of the game. And, you know, he's going to want to make plays happen. And I know it's football. Injuries happen. I get it. But you have to protect him at some point.
So we haven't heard from Coach Quinn yet about the reasoning behind that?
No, he said last night, we asked him in the postgame, he says he wasn't thinking about taking him out at that point. He was thinking worst case scenario of injury. I don't know. I like to, you know, I don't totally agree with that. But, and again, I get it. You're a competitor. You want to keep going. You go to the end. But the way that game was going and the way he had been hit already and he's coming off 2 injuries, I would have had him on the bench.
So what's going on here? I mean, I know they're old compared to the others.
I hope you got the insulation. I don't see a reason to wear a mask.
Is that just Wade's catching up with them? Like the defense is what's going on here, man?
Yeah, it's brutal. I think it's a combination of everything, John. I think, you know, there's only so often you can use the injuries as an excuse, to be honest. You know, defensive line, yeah, lead feature wise, early Dorrance Armstrong, those are big losses, but your secondary was healthy, you know, until last night. Lamarshon Lattimore and Trey Amos got banged up a little bit, but your linebackers and secondary, they were healthy, so you can't only use that as an excuse. You can use that as power play and, you know, maybe some scheme and, you know, they talk about the age of the guy. So I think that's all encompassing there. And yes, the injuries have been bad. I get it, but this team is not. The depth is not where they thought it was, and they, you know, yes, being the oldest team in the league, it caught up to them really early this year, unfortunately.
Well, let's look at the schedule. What is up next for these guys? Do we want to know?
The Lions come to town on Sunday, and you know what the Commanders did to them in the playoffs, so, and they're coming off an ugly loss yesterday, so they're going to have something to say on Sunday. And then they go to Madrid to play the Dolphins. So now it's, you know, the NFL's probably not loving that. It's not going to be Tua and Jay Daniels in Madrid. You're going to see Marcus Mariota and Tua, and the Dolphins It was great. The uniform was great. The light show, the lights were out as the intro, and I honored Art Monk, and then, you know, it was unfortunate. Dan Quinn was very upset about that too. He said it was unacceptable. He's furious about it, and it's just he was kind of at a loss for words last night.
Thank you, George.
Okay, guys.
That's WTOP Sports Director and Commanders beat reporter George Wallace.
Is traffic any better than the Commanders were last night? Let's check in.
I think anything is better than the Commanders were last night. Let's start out with the delay that we're seeing, however, on the outer loop of the Beltway. Delay in the big curve and off the southbound 370 spur. Headed around past River Road near the Claire Barton Parkway. Keep an eye out for any work. We're also seeing a delay on the inner loop near Georgetown. Headed to the American Legion Bridge, so we could find some work there as well. Inner loop delays in Georgetown, crossing the Woodrow Wilson Bridge into Virginia near Telegraph Road. Everything is cleared. So maybe it slowed a bit as people were leaving the scene. Maybe a tow truck showed up to the scene. But again, everything cleared. Nothing even left to look at. So that delay should be easing as well. We do have the delay still getting onto the inbound 11th Street Bridge on the southbound 395 and 695. After the 3rd Street tunnel, however, that crash has cleared. Southbound Route 3 near Crawlspace Boulevard and Crawford Boulevard. Callers report that's as far as you're going to get. The crash has that close there, and they weren't directing you. Maybe they are now. Maybe under police direction. The crash actually happened near 450 Defense Highway and southbound Georgia Avenue. Very slow from Dennis Avenue headed inside the Beltway towards Seminary Place. Single file gets you by the emergency utility work. Easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts. Shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely. Even custom cards and wrapping paper.
First alert meteorologist Steve Rudin. What do you got for us here this morning?
More showers remain across some of the northern neck. Really not going to amount to a whole lot. If you're seeing a little bit of drizzle at your house right now, where you may be, you're going to have that going to a close very shortly. If there's not rain at your house right now, you are done with it. Our skies are going to clear on out later this morning with that sunshine for this afternoon. Breezy overnight. Cold front, we're in the 40s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a little bit cooler in the lower to middle 60s. Wednesday, a very mild day considering the time of year, anywhere from the upper 60s to middle 70s. But a strong cold front arrives late Wednesday night. That's going to knock the temperatures down on Thursday to around 60. Be prepared a week from today. We'll be looking at daytime high temperatures for the metro area only in the upper 40s. It's 54 Dallas, 55 downtown, 53 in Gaithersburg.
Alrighty, Steve's forecast brought to you by Len the Plumber Heating and Air. Trusted same-day service 7 days a week.
Up ahead, shutdown concerns for doctors amid flu season.
We may see hospitalizations and more severe disease.
I'm Mike Marilla. 922.
ICF is helping government agencies move quicker with fast, flexible AI, designed to accelerate the most critical missions. ICF Fathom combines cutting-edge agentic AI with decades of industry-leading program expertise, cutting through cost and complexity. ICF Fathom drives unprecedented efficiency and impact, and launches custom AI solutions in as little as 48 hours. Your AI advantage starts now. Learn more at ICF.com. That's ICF.com.
Marty Schwartz, President of Vehicles for Change. It's been a while since you heard from us, but we're back and more excited than ever to support low-income families with transportation. Vehicles for Change has awarded more than 8,000 cars to low-income families. Most of these thanks to the amazing WTOP listeners. Are you ready to donate that old car? Vehicles for Change will provide you with the highest possible tax deduction, and your car will change the life of the local family. Donate your car at vehiclesforchange.org.
You know Founding Farmers, your favorite local farmer-owned restaurant group that serves fresh, scratch-made food and drink. Now that same delicious experience is available for your holiday celebrations when you plan with Founding Farmers Co. Catering and Events. From intimate family dinners to festive corporate parties, our expert team handles everything. Food, staffing, setup, decor, and more with the same care and quality you love from our Founding Farmers restaurants. Make your holidays unforgettable. Visit foundingfarmerscatering.com to start planning.
You're listening to WTOP.
WTOP News.
News happens here. 923.
18 young people were stopped by DC police on the first night of a new youth curfew zones put in place over the weekend. 4 special zones were in Navy Yard, the U Street corridor, around Union Station, and around the Banneker Rec Center. They were in effect to 11 p.m. Saturday night and last night, followed by a city-wide curfew between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. They came after 5 teens were arrested for disorderly conduct in the Navy Yard on Halloween night. Mayor Muriel Bowser joined WTOP to talk about what could come next.
I have the authority to, by emergency, to put a curfew in place for 15 days. However, the council has the ability to approve a 90-day emergency on Tuesday, and we strongly urge them to do that. We have a permanent measure in process with the council as well, which we think it is appropriate to put in place now.
The citywide overnight curfew will remain in effect every night through just before midnight Wednesday.
The ongoing government shutdown making it harder to track flu and COVID outbreaks.
With the government shutdown, many Centers for Disease Control staff members who track flu and other respiratory viruses are furloughed. And the information they gather and release, according to infectious diseases specialist Dr. Linda Nava, is essential. Without it, doctors will fly blind.
If the surveillance is weaker, then we may have less up-to-date information about what's happening.
She says local health departments may try to fill the gap, but it's a tough ask.
They're essentially asking a certain number of employees to make up for the work of a bigger surveillance group.
She says the flu is already hitting hard overseas, and that could be a warning sign for us.
It does raise the risk that we may see hospitalizations and more severe disease.
She urges people not to wait to get vaccinated and does believe better planning is needed for any potential future shutdowns. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
What's on WTOP brought to you by Amentum, Advanced Engineering and Technology Solutions for tomorrow. Dave Preston's here talking about last night's mess.
Yes, there was some medical updates this morning. Commanders wide receiver Luke McCaffrey's done for the year after breaking his collarbone last night in the loss to Seattle. X-rays for Jaden Daniels come back negative. The Commanders quarterback will have an MRI on his injured elbow today. No X-rays needed for a defense that is broken. Burgundy and Gold allowed points on all 5 Seattle first-half drives. Head coach Dan Quinn's team falling 38-14.
For us to have issues that allowed them to have that night of stunning, we couldn't stop them, and we completely stopped ourselves. And so I'm curious, obviously.
Next up, Detroit Lions losing 27-24 to Minnesota as J.J. McCarthy throws 2 touchdown passes while running for a third for the Vikings. Philadelphia had the weekend up, but the Eagles were busy, trading a 2026 third-round pick to Miami for edge rusher Jalen Phillips. College football, Virginia rises to 12th in the writers' rankings, 11th in the coaches' poll. James Madison, Navy, also receiving votes this week. The college basketball season tips off tonight at arenas across the country. Action includes the Maryland men tangling with Coppin State in Baltimore. Radar preview of the new Buzz on campus on the sports page at WTOP.com. That's a play on words because his name is Buzz Williams. Dave Preston, WTOP Sports.
There you go. As long as he wins, Maryland fans will be happy. Up next, after tracking the weather, what the president is saying about the government shutdown, we are now in day 34. It's 9:27.
I'm trying to figure out how to make sure my work is helping me. Since I have to go back to the office now, she can still handle a lot of things on her own, but it would be nice if someone could join her for a regular walk and get her to her doctor's appointments, since I won't be around as much anymore.
We used Mormon Home Care for that additional support for Dave's dad when we both went back to the office. They can help out for just a few hours a week, and that way, your mom can stay at home where she's happiest.
Mormon Home Care can help your loved ones stay safe and happy in their own home by providing meal preparation, transportation, appointments, personal hygiene, medication reminders, light housekeeping, and more. Family owned and operated, the Mormon family has been over 30 years providing happiness at home to families like yours. Learn more about the Mormon difference at MormonHomeCare.com. That's WARMAN homecare.com. Call Mormon Home Care now to get started with care for as few as 2 hours a week.
Attention, Prince William County voters. If you care about what Donald Trump is doing to Virginia, you need to know about Delegate Ian Lovejoy. Ian Lovejoy is supporting Trump as he cuts public education and strips health care from 300,000 Virginians. Ian Lovejoy is supporting Trump as he fires thousands of federal workers. And just like Trump, Ian Lovejoy supported banning abortion with no exceptions for a woman's health. Cutting Medicaid, attacking our jobs and schools, banning abortion. Ian Lovejoy is all in on Trump. Elizabeth Guzman is fighting back. Mother of 4, social worker, and former delegate, Elizabeth Guzman expanded Medicaid, raised teacher salaries, and increased police funding. kind of getting there. If you're on the Beltway, we're seeing the work setting up in both directions headed toward the American Legion Bridge. Outer loop delays from the merge with the spur headed around toward the Claire Martin Parkway. The work is in the left lane. The inner loop delay is from the Dulles Toll Road headed toward Georgetown Pike and the George Washington Parkway with the work in the left lane. Southbound Route 3 is closed near Bronson Boulevard and Crawford Boulevard due to that wreck. And southbound Georgia Avenue near Seminary Place, a single lane gets by the emergency utility work, causing quite the backup. This report brought to you by Joe Hadid. This season, there's only one way to destroy the evidence of this dirty year. You need Hadid. Get 10% off implant rug cleaning and 20% off sanitizing, disinfecting, and pet odor elimination. Visit joehadid.com. I'm Rita Kessler, your next traffic report in 10 years. 10 minutes. 10 years.
Yeah, it feels like 10 years on the road right now. The forecast is going to get better as the day goes on. Not going to clear out all the way here today, but you'll see some clearing, partly cloudy skies for the afternoon. High temperatures will be in the mid-60s. Right now, we are in the mid-50s. Most people are right at 54 degrees. Just call it the mid-50s all around the region right now.
You're listening to WTOP. This happens here.
103.5 FM, 107.7 FM, 103.9 FM.
And worldwide on Alexa, the WTOP app, and WTOP.com. Good morning. I'm Michelle Bash.
John Doan and Teddy Kelman is our producer.
The top local story we're following. This is now day 34 of Shutdown 2025. It's also deadline day for the Trump administration to respond to two federal judges. Judges in Rhode Island and Massachusetts ruled separately Friday that the administration must continue to pay for SNAP, that is. The Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says they will not appeal the judges' rulings. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said it would freeze payments to the nation's biggest food aid program starting November 1st because of the shutdown. Now, apparently, according to Bessent, that will not happen.
But if this shutdown doesn't end here soon, it's going to become the longest in history. WTOP's Mitchell Miller has more today on the Hill.
The number one of Congress right now is to turn the government on.
House Speaker Mike Johnson, who blamed Senate Democrats for allowing the shutdown to drag on by blocking a GOP short-term spending bill 14 times. Amid growing lines at food banks and federal workers going without paychecks for more than a month, pressure is growing on lawmakers to resolve the impasse. Virginia Democratic Senator Tim Kaine.
My conversations with federal employees, they're encouraging us, find a deal that opens government. Absolutely, and that's what we're trying to do.
Kaine maintains that the president has to get involved in talks on healthcare. The shutdown is now on the cusp of being the longest ever. The 2018-2019
Which ones have you done?
shutdown lasted 34
These
full
three.
days. On Capitol Hill, Mitchell Miller,
Oh.
WTOP News.
So
In an
really,
interview with 60 Minutes, President Trump
it's
is
just
blaming
this
Democrats
last
for
one
the
here
government
needs to be
shutdown,
done.
noting Republicans in the Senate keep voting unanimously to end it.
They've never had this. This has happened like 18 times before. And the Democrats always voted for an extension, always saying, give us an extension, we'll work it out. And that's the way. They're crazed lunatics.
Democrats have refused to pass the budget until Republicans also vote to extend health insurance subsidies for more than 20 million Americans. Trump admits it's a problem that needs fixing, but he did not offer any ideas about what a fix might look like.
Meanwhile, federal agencies are bracing for shutdown furloughs to last this entire month. Federal News Network's Jason Miller has those details.
As the partial government shutdown moves into its second month, agencies are starting to tell the more than 700,000 federal employees who are furloughed that their time away will be extended another 30 days. The Departments of Commerce, Justice, and Homeland Security, as well as NASA and the General Services Administration, at the very least, sent out emails to employees detailing the extended furlough. Additionally, agencies sent out inconsistent messages about whether or not furlough feds would get paid after the shutdown ends, with some saying it's up to Congress, and others not mentioning retroactive pay at all. Jason Miller.
Trial is set to begin today for the D.C. man charged with throwing a sub sandwich at a federal agent during a protest back in August. A grand jury declined to indict the man on a felony assault charge, so U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro charged him with a misdemeanor. WTOP's Neil Augenstein reports before jury selection, there are still some questions about what the jury will or won't be able to hear.
D.C. federal prosecutors and lawyers for Sean Dunn have been arguing over what's required to prove misdemeanor assault in this case, since physical contact isn't required. Prosecutors have said Dunn forcefully threw a subway
several that
sandwich,
have
and the Customs
not
and
come out all the
Border
way.
Patrol agent
Well, I
obstructed
just
his
followed
ability
them in.
to do his job at
That's-
14th and U Street.
That's the only thing you can do.
I gave up doing it as I went, so now I'm going back.
The best you can do is I've been pounding them in.
Yeah, and there's a lot.
Claiming guns being
So.
vindictively and selectively prosecuted, the defense says the case would never have been brought if the video of the sandwich being thrown hadn't gone viral. Neil Augenstein,
Courts in 2 states have hearings scheduled today on the legality of the deployment of the National Guard to
They're
fight
there.
crime. In West Virginia, the state judges will hear arguments in a civic lawsuit over the deployment of Guard members here to D.C. Governor Patrick Morrisey ordered as many as 300 Guard members to the nation's capital back in August. Meanwhile, in a
That's
hearing
why
set
I'm
for today in Tennessee, the focus
reaching in
will
with
be
my
on the
hand and
deployment of roughly 150
they're there.
troops in the city of Memphis. Guard
They're
members
here.
have been patrolling in Memphis since early October.
They're there.
Oh, yeah, I see him now. Here. Here.
Abortion is legal through the second trimester. Republican Lisa Earl Sears has been an abortion rights opponent.
My position is that the Commonwealth needs to come together and figure out where it wants to be. It's not going to be my view, it's going to be a view of the majority.
You were in
Meanwhile, Democrat Abigail
I think you skipped one.
says,
I
What?
support for
Said I
those
think you
standards,
skipped
which
one.
is what this
I
codification
did.
of the constitutional amendment moving forward would be.
But the Associated Press reports voters would only get to weigh in on that amendment if Democrats keep their House of Delegates majority. During a debate last month, both candidates criticized the other's position.
My opponent has threatened murder to women who have had abortions. My opponent, on the other hand, has the extremist view, which is abortion up and down, that the baby could be born.
Scott
Can I use your poll?
It's time for WTOP's Cash Dash contest. Your chance to win $1,035 each week and a grand prize of $3,500. This hour's code word is STORY. That's STORY, STORY. Enter it in the WTOP app by the end of today. Come back every hour through 7 p.m. for a new code word. The more code words you enter each day, the more chances you have to win some cash. WTOP's Cash Dash contest is being held weekends through November 21st.
And speaking of cash, coming up after traffic and weather and money news.
Yeah, big cash, John, and yet another big philanthropic boost for this local university. I'm Brandon Hazelton.
9:37.
The holiday season is upon us. Make a gift to support people with disabilities in your neighborhood by donating your unwanted vehicle to Livable. Donating is fast, free, and easy. Just call 1-877-NELWOOD or visit melwood.org. That's 1-877-NELWOOD or visit melwood.org. Make the holidays bright by donating today from Melwood and those we support impacted by your gift. We wish you happy holidays.
So, what are you getting for Trish? I don't know. I really want to make her Christmas.
So do it.
Hey, Beverly.
Hi guys, I heard everything. Listen, to make her Christmas, had it custom made at Dominion Jewelers. Custom? Oh yes, through you they learn who
You
she
still
is,
have
what she
those
loves, and create something completely one of a kind just for her.
Yeah.
Dominion Jewelers sounds perfect. Yes, I'm gonna do it. Beverly, you're an angel.
Oh, I bet you say that to all the girls.
There you go.
We make it beautiful. You make it yours. Dominion Jewelers.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
The words you're about to hear are taken from an actual text conversation between Jay Jones and another state delegate.
I'll go to their funerals to piss on their graves.
Jay Jones.
2 bullets. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head.
Jay, please stop.
Okay.
It really bothers me when you talk about hurting people or wishing death on them. You were talking about hoping Justin Howard's children would die.
Yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy.
Jay Jones hoped children could die to advance his political agenda. Jay Jones admits these are his words. Look it up in the Washington Post. Jay Jones wished violence on his opponent's children. So how could we trust him to protect our children?
I'm Jason Yars, candidate for Attorney General, and this ad is sponsored by the Yars for Virginia.
tractor trailer, in case that is still there. We are seeing a delay on southbound 395 from the 3rd Street tunnel headed across the Case Bridge, so keep an eye out for any work. It was southbound Route 3 closed near
Need the needle nose.
Crawford Boulevard due to the crash. Now, the crash happened near 450 Defense Highway, so just keep an eye out for any police direction in that area. You'll also find southbound Georgia Avenue still very slow, approaching the Beltway and headed inside the Beltway towards Seminary Place, with a single lane getting by the emergency utility work. For over 35 years in the DMV, Greenberg and Betterman has helped tens of thousands of clients who've been hurt in auto accidents or victims of medical malpractice. Visit gblawyers.com and feel better. I'm Rita Kessler, your next traffic report in 2 minutes.
Now the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Weather Desk for your home's windows, siding, doors, and gutters. Trust PJ.com. And we're going to trust 70's coastal meteorologist.
Well, the last of the showers moving out over southern Maryland, and skies will clear from west to east. Plan for sunshine this afternoon. Seasonably mild highs in the middle 60s. It'll turn breezy this evening, and it's also getting darker earlier. The sundown tonight at 5:04 p.m. Temperatures fall out of 50s into the 40s overnight, and with a bit of a breeze, it'll be a bit wind chilled. We're looking great tomorrow as well, with sunshine and highs in the 60s. In the First Alert Weather Center.
54 now in Atlanta, Arlington, 55 degrees in Gaithersburg.
Time now for Money News here at WTOP, and we say good morning to Brennan Hazelton.
Good morning, John. Howard University continues to have a friend in philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. The billionaire former wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is giving the school $80 million. The gift, one of the largest to the historically black university, follows gifts from Scott of $40 million
This is
and
good.
$12 million
This is,
in recent
these
years.
next two are good up to
DC
here.
School says the latest gift will help support
Yeah,
a
I
new
think,
academic medical center.
I've got
Speaking
this
of
one up
Amazon,
to
the online
here.
retail giant and
I don't know, beyond
OpenAI
this, I'm not
has reached
sure.
a $38 billion deal to run OpenAI's systems on Amazon's cloud services. Starting immediately, OpenAI will access hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA's AI chips through Amazon Web
I'd
Services.
say if you did
That usage
these
is
two
expected to
all the way
expand by
down,
2027.
then we're
The
done.
announcement comes just days after OpenAI changed its partnership with
Where the water pipe
Microsoft.
is. Yeah.
We are off and running on Wall Street. The Dow is down 37
now there may
points, but
be
the NASDAQ
one or
is
two
up 250. That's a nearly
under that
1%
lip.
gain. S&P up 30. Brennan Hazelton, WTOP
But-
News.
Thanks, Brennan. It's 9:43. Now an update on purple
If
line
you
construction.
will,
WTOP Sandy Cosell reports that popular detour used
Put
by
your
drivers trying
stool.
to avoid gridlock on Connecticut Avenue will be cut off to cars for a couple of weeks. According to an update from Maryland Transportation and Transit officials, Jones Hill Road and Copeland Terrace in Chevy Chase will be closed for about 2 weeks so construction can move along on the light
well,
rail
Gary, did
Purple
you do
Line.
anything else
State
today?
transportation officials have notified the public that the closure is necessary for crews to complete utility relocations
No, I
and
have to-
construction of the Purple Line underpass.
I have to
Pedestrians
get
will
down
still have
now.
access through the work zone. Pedestrians
Pick
and
up this
motorists are
stuff.
advised to follow construction signage, use only the open sidewalks. Sandy Cosell, WTOP.
And there's nails
on
right
WTOP.
here.
Providing meals for on-duty first responders in D.C. I'm Alan Evans.
9:43.
Because in Dubai, I can ride on a camel or in a supercar. Oh, supercar. We get it. Your mind likes to wander. It's already finding reasons for your next trip.
Because I'm pretty sure my doctor said Korean fried chicken is healthy. I always caught it.
And Washington Dulles International has non-stop flights to over 160 destinations.
But it's talking about bottomless mimosas on the beach in Nice. Sounds nice.
Washington Dulles International Airport. Explore your next adventure today. Because reasons.
Football season is heating up, and there's no better time to join MGM Rewards, the ultimate.
Worse. And quarterback Jaden Daniels was hurt again. WTOP sports director and Commanders beat reporter.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Set for a great night of with the throwback football uniforms honoring number 81 Art Monk, the franchise legend. Big stadium light show before the game, and then the game started. On the field, it was not so great. Washington fell behind. Seattle went down the field 90 yards. The opening drive, and that was it. Big play after big play. And most of the second game was in that first half. Washington could not get off the field. Jaden Daniels running for his life in that first half. Couldn't get anything going and the game well out of hand. He suffers a pretty significant elbow injury. We'll know about it later, but it did not look good. He walked up the field. It's like sometimes in this team
Find a decades-old theme park in our area this
Never
weekend.
thought about that thing.
WTOP's Grace Newton reports Six Flags America amusement park in Bowie has officially closed its gates now, but not before folks could take one final run.
Alright.
Busan Desai and his family have
Not
been
really.
going to Six Flags since 2008. He says
It's not really sharp enough to get under.
Right.
Just don't feel good about it. We're here to make this stuff. Maybe it could be better.
16-year-old Ty, who's been going to Six Flags for around 5 years, shared the sentiment.
Pretty sad. Pretty sad.
Mark Sunday passed
So-
quoted a quirky pig that read, "That's all, folks." Grace Newton, WTOP News.
Up ahead on WTOP in the news.
Yet another big filling for this local university. And we'll look at traffic and weather in 30 seconds. Federal Credit Union, we've served veterans and their families for over 90 years, and we continue to serve over 2 million veterans because their contributions inspire our service. And this Veterans Day, when you're a member, you'll have access to exclusive rates, discounts, and financial tools. Plus, we're partnering with Travis Manning Foundation's Veterans Day of Service campaign, connecting veterans and families of the fallen with local volunteer opportunities. Become a member at NavyFederal.org/veterans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
It's 11:08. Silk Sun Speedy Cleanup for only $69. Traffic center we go. Ron Stall work.
Trying to get out of the district, 395 on the Bridge is the left side that's blocked for the truck crash. Uncertain as to which lane or lanes getting by, but maybe one lane getting by southbound.
I got this in.
On the Case Bridge.
Hang on.
Northbound DC 295
Got a nail?
toward
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Avenue may have something stopped.
And I
them,
took
but we
everything
did
away.
go
Just a minute.
off the outbound William Street Bridge.
Need just a hammer.
DC 295 is the
yeah, that might work.
Uncertain which lane is
Pardon?
not there.
Yeah, that should work.
Beltway in Prince George's County between Beltsville and Oxnard. Montgomery County, outer loop delays approaching and passing River Road headed across the American Legion Bridge, with the work taking up the left lane and the back 23. As you come past the toll road toward the Georgetown Park, it's first the right lane that's blocked the work. As you get closer to the American Legion Bridge, interlocal lanes between Montrose Road and Wooten Parkway. Those lanes blocked for some emergency work. Eastbound 50 going across the Bay Bridge, the center lane gets by the works and operations running on the westbound span. WTOP furnished by Regency Furniture. Regency Furniture has every look and every style, anywhere, any budget. Affordable never looks. Regency Furniture, home starts here. I'm Rob Stallworth, the next report in 10 minutes. 7 News first forecast for live in Wayland.
Morning clouds giving way to afternoon sunshine.
All right.
First Monday of November. High temperatures will get into the middle 60s, so feeling pretty good this afternoon. But we're back to standard time, so get ready for the sun to set at 5:05. We'll be clear, breezy, and cool.
A lot of this delayed speed. I'm sure what's going on there for 10 maybe in Newark, because the one that was near 202 has cleared.
In some spots, even the 30s in other areas. Tomorrow, though, even nicer than what we've had the last couple of days. Mostly sunny skies. High temperatures back in the 70s. Right now, it's 56 degrees.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Renovating My Childhood Home with the subtitle of We don't know what we're doing, but we're finding out as we go. Where do I start? We came to a standstill for a bit. We are slowly back to making some progress. Not a lot of great progress, but some progress. And we have... I don't even know what the list of accomplishments is since I last gave an update. But here's where things stand now. The subfloor is largely loose and or removed. It will be replaced at some point in time in the near future. We would have replaced it by now, but there are some complications as expected. Primary among them, we have electrical to work around that comes up through the subfloor and or the base plate. We're not entirely sure how that's going to work because there's not a whole lot of room between the cinder block foundation and that rim joist and all that fun stuff at the outside of the wall where the power comes in through the crawl space. The house is on a crawl space. Should know that by now. The current project within a project is the back door has just completely rotted away, and it comes from years of mismanagement. I don't know that I'd call it that, but just lack of care in keeping it sealed and weather tight means that a lot of water has gotten in, which means a lot of stuff has rotted out. And when you factor in that the wood that was used is probably not pressure treated, it's a bad combination. It's really soft and punky kind of wood. Yeah. We've removed some insulation from the crawl space. That was decidedly not fun. We have done our best to clean up the joist bays so that we can reinstall insulation. We're still debating if we're going to do that from up above while the subfloor is loose or down below. It'll probably have to be down below because not all of the subfloor is loose. So, yeah, we're taking it day by day. Neither of us are working long hours, long days, just because we're kind of going at our own pace. We're definitely, both of us are slowing down in different ways. That's just what age does to you when you're 50-something and 80-something. You just don't move as fast as you used to when you were 20-something. So let me show you the nightmare of this door. So this door has brick on the outside as kind of this threshold of sorts, and water came into this gap and basically went straight down. Now the old outside flashing, not really flashing, I don't know what you call that outside house wrap, but it's not house wrap. These days they use plywood, but this is like a really old fiberboard. It might as well be cardboard. As soon as it gets wet, it just absorbs the water and falls apart. Can't hold a nail worth diddly. Anyway, got sucked into that, and then sucked into this rim joist here, what's left of it. And this side looks great, but the top and the other side are all rotten. On top of that, this floor joist they notched along with that one on that side, and it was to get the the threshold down, which means they also notched the rim joist. And then there's a little bit of separation here between the end of the rim joist, or the end of the floor joist and the rim joist. And because all that water went down, it now sits on that base plate that sits under the rim joist. So yeah, we got to fix all that. And like you can see pretty good how it's rotten. And then the subfloor underneath is rotted, the base plate, and the jack stud a little bit, not much. But all those have to be replaced. Just so we can get a door in here. To replace the door. And to, you know, make it weather tight like it's supposed to be. I mean, if I turn the light out, you can see there's, you know, some gaps. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. The door is the project within the project. Other than fixing the door, the only other thing we could really do right now is put down a 1.5 sheets of plywood, because it won't get in our way, but we can't do that sheet, this far sheet over here, because we've got to take care of the door. We can do this full sheet here. In theory, we could do the half sheet, but we want to leave it open because that rim joist will want access. It'll be a lot easier to work on it from up top than down below. The one I'm standing on we can't do because that's where the power comes in. That half sheet we can do. There's nothing over there. So a 1.5 sheets of plywood's not a whole lot of work when the big scary monster of the door needs attention. So that's where we're at. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Stay tuned. We're still alive. We're still making progress. We're just way slower. Not enough coffee in the world is going to make us go faster. But I'll keep trying. When the truck breaks down after a trip to the hardware store, you make do with what you got.